Hi friends, welcome to Solidworks with Dowd. Today we will be designing desk 1. Note all dimensions are in inches and the material is 3/4 inch thick walnut. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in into the front view and the right side view here where all the dimensions are. Okay, so looking at the front view, the overall length, okay, of the desk is 56 inches long and 29 1/4 inches high and 24 inches wide. Okay, so going back to the front view, the spacing, the distance between the left and the right legs is 36 inches. Okay, and now looking at the right side here of the front view, the bottom panel is 10 inches wide by 24 inches long. Okay, and it's the same for the top panel right here. Okay, of the leg. Okay. And then the middle panels are shorter. They're at 8.5 inches wide by 13 inches long. Okay? Here and here. Okay? And the spacing between the bottom panel, the middle panel, and the upper middle panel, and then the top panel of the leg is 8.5 inches. Okay? Equally spaced. Okay? And then sitting on top of the left and right leg is is the desktop itself, the top panel. Okay? And that's 56 by 24 inches. Okay? Now going to the right side view, the legs, okay? Each side has two legs, okay? And they're a mirror image of each other. Okay? They're 27 inches high, okay? At an angle of 60 degrees. And they start from the top face of the bottom panel here at the corner, and it goes up to the bottom face of the top panel of the leg. Okay, and it's 60 degrees here and 60 degrees here. Okay, and this dimension, the width of it is 7.285, and it's about 7 1/4 inches wide. Okay. So let's get started and design desk 1. Okay. File, new, part, okay. Save drawing as desk 1. I'm going to go to display, apply scene. I'm going to apply plain white, systems option, document properties tab, units, IPS, drawing in inches, going here, length, dimensioning, 3 decimal places. Okay. I'm going to start sketching in the front plane. Front plane, sketch. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm going to sketch a center line from the origin to the right horizontally. Okay. I'm going to dimension that line. 18 inches. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to draw a corner rectangle from the endpoint of that line up and out. Smart dimension 10 inches. Twenty-eight and a half inch. Okay. Cancel smart dimension. I'm going to offset some entities here. Offset entities, add dimension. I'm going to deselect, unselect, select chain, and the thickness of the wood is 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So I'm going to select this line. Okay. Up 3/4, enter. Select this line, down, enter. To repeat the command, select this line, in, and enter, select this line, in. Okay? Now I'm going to offset again, 8.5 inches, the spacing between the shelves. Okay, so this line, down, 8.5 inches. Okay, enter to repeat the command, this line, up 8.5 inches. Okay, offset entities again, 0.75. Okay, 3/4 of an inch from this line down, and enter to repeat the command this line up. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna do an extra dimension just to verify. Okay, that's over-defined, yes. All right, so they're equal spacing, 8.5 inches. Okay. I'm gonna do some trim entities, power trim. Okay. I'm gonna trim these two lines. Okay. I'm gonna trim that, and trim that. Okay. Now I'm gonna go down here, trim that line. Up in the middle, I'm going to trim these 3 lines, okay? And the same for the top one here, top panel. All right, okay, I'm going to apply some smart dimension. Okay, I'm going to, from the origin to this line, 18 3/4. Okay, and I'm going to dimension this 8.5, 8.5. Okay, cancel smart dimension. I'm going to select that line, make it vertical. Okay. Select this line, make it vertical. Select this line, hold shift, select this line, collinear. Okay, same with this one, hold shift, select this line, make collinear relations. Okay, it doesn't like that. So I'm gonna go undo one, and I'm gonna select that line and make it vertical. Okay, our drawing is fully defined. Okay, so I'm gonna go to features, extruded boss base. Okay, I'm going to extrude out the distance of 24 inches for the top and bottom panels. Direction 1 from the midplane. Okay. All right. So select the contour, select the bottom panel and the top because they're equal length. 24 inches from the midplane. Okay. So I got 2 bodies. I'm going to go back to Boss Extrude 1, select that arrow, select Sketch 1 again, Extruded Boss Base. Okay, this unselect merge result, we wanted separate bodies, and this time the dimension is 13 inches for the middle panels. Okay, from the midplane, select the contour, this panel and this upper middle panel. Okay, I show you in the right view, so it's from the midplane. All right, all right. Okay, now I'm going to sketch on this face right here, on the right side of that bottom panel. Sketch, click it, highlight it, sketch. Okay, sketch a line from this top point on the left side up above there to that line. Okay, and then sketch another line from that point down here. Okay, now we're going to apply some dimension, smart dimension. 60 degrees. And likewise from the top here, it's 60 degrees as well. Okay, draw a line connecting this point with this point on the right side. Another line, okay, from that point to this point. Okay, I'm just gonna do a dimension, extra dimension here. Okay. All right. So our drawing is fully defined, we're ready to extrude. So I'm gonna cancel smart dimension. Oops, I gotta get back there. I canceled that by accident. Sketch. Features, extruded boss base. Okay, so it's extruding from the midplane. Merge result, unselect that. 3/4 of an inch, that's the thickness of the wood. From blind, direction 1 from blind, and it's extruding outwards to the right. That's incorrect. We want it to go in, okay? So we're gonna reverse direction 1, inwards to the left. All right? Okay, so we got 5 separate bodies. Now I'm going to rotate the part around, okay, so I can select this inner face, the left face of the bottom panel, okay? So I'm going to select that, sketch. Okay, instead of sketching that contour again, I'm just going to project it, convert entities towards that face, okay? So I'm going to go and select that face, okay? And I'm going to go up here, convert entities, and convert it. Okay, so now it's projected from that outer face that we previously sketched, okay, and to this face, this inner face now that we're sketching on. Okay, so I'm going to go to left side view. Okay, and I'm going to draw a center line to mirror that contour. Okay, so I'm going to go mirror entities, uncheck copy. Okay, we don't want to copy it. Entities to mirror, this line, this line, and that's 4 lines. Mirror about, that center line we just created. Okay. All right, so now I'm ready to features, extruded boss base. It's extruding to the left, I want it to extrude to the right. So first, unselect merge result, 3/4 of an inch is correct, and direction 1 blind, and I want it to go to the right side. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the front view. All right, in towards the shelves. All right, so again, isometric view, and okay, so 6 bodies. Now I'm going to turn on, okay, click right plane, click show, all right, and I'm going to go features, mirror, about face plane, I'm going to go that, right plane, and I want to go bodies, not features, okay, bodies, and I'm going to window select, top left corner to bottom right corner, those 6 bodies, okay, to mirror from the right side to the left side. Okay, to copy it, okay. All right, so I'm gonna click on this and right here, hide. I'm done with that. So now all there's left to do is put on the table or the desktop, okay. So I'm gonna click on this top surface of the top, okay, this face of the top panel, sketch, okay, sketch a corner rectangle, top left corner to bottom right corner, okay, features, extruded boss base, up is correct, unselect merge result, 3/4 of an inch line from the sketch plane, okay, up. So all that's left to do now is to apply some appearance material to this desk. So I'm just going to go to appearance, okay, apply appearance, organic, okay, wood, the general wood folder, and I'm going to double click on, since everything's the same thickness and type, so I'm going to double click on walnut, polished walnut 2D. Okay, so real view graphics to make it look better, more real. Okay, so top view, looking at it from the top view, front view, right side view, okay, isometric view, okay, there we have it. We've designed desktop, desk 1. I hope you like it. If so, give me a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.